Jag Miles.
Hey, thanks for joining me. In this video we are going to be taking this clapped out old emergency brake and turning it into this. So let's get started. This is one of the two emergency brakes on the Jaguar IRS. There's one that goes on each of the calipers that mounts on top of the brake caliper, the regular brake caliper. We've got an actuating arm, two calipers, brake pads, and the adjustment pin, and also the pin that kind of holds everything together. Alright, let's get down to business and let's get this thing apart. Maestro, cue the music. Well, that's kind of clever. They put a cotter pin in through the slot of the Hold the music. Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like we got a bunch of blue schmoo. Adjustment cam takes up the slack when the e-brake is applied. Adjustment pawl keeps the e-brake from backing off. Pawl spring used to maintain pawl pressure against the adjustment cam. And here is the bolt that screws into the adjustment cam that maintains the e-brake adjustment between the two calipers. Whew. That was a lot of words. Maestro, cue the music. Well, here's a showstopper. The brake lever return spring. Both ends are not shaped the same, and the direction of the way the spring hooks into its respective retainer makes a difference between getting the spring in place and, well, short version, not. So there you have it, the emergency brake all apart. Here's an exploded view of the brake that I just took apart, and the numbers are the OEM Jag part numbers. Anyway, there you have it. It's all apart. Well, now that I got it all cleaned up and painted, it's time to put this thing back together. So let's get started. Alright, so we are going to assemble this emergency brake. And first off, there is a right and there is a left. And it's all predicated by this piece in the direction that it goes. Just speaking from experience. So I'm going to be using a little of some tacky grease, some spray grease, just in a feeble attempt to try to keep the rust at bay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install this. And this is the piece that, it's the ratcheting mechanism that runs up against this. So every time you hit the pull the emergency brake, it advances it until it's at the right place and doesn't. It's the auto adjustment is what it is. It's the auto adjustment. So we're going to install this first. But there's a catch. So we have two holes. This slides in on that, and this goes on that. And then we have a spring and a little doohickey that we attach it to. So let's get this in first. Of course, you know, with a little bit of paint on it, you know, it just makes up the difference in space. So there's that. And then this is what the spring hooks onto, so I'm just gonna, just to try to keep the rust at bay. Now it's sticky grease. It's good to like 600 degrees so it won't run off, and that fits in there like that. And then take the screw, put some grease on the spring, again to try to keep the rust at bay. So I'm just kind of work it in, work it baby, work it baby, work it. Alright, and then take and hook one end on that clip, and the other end, which I need a pair of pliers. So we've got that hooked in, and so we're just going to take these pair of pliers, grab a hold of the spring, and nope, that didn't work. See, it's kind of got it has a little groove in there for the spring to attach to. So a bit of grip on it. Just like that. So that keeps it from coming out. It clips on here, just a retainer. There, so that's in place. Alright, here comes the fun part. And I'm seriously kidding about this. This is not fun. So now we attach this spring to here, and this is it's a return mechanism for that lever. Notice how it's two different sizes. The big part goes around here. Alright, so I got it. Woohoo! So there's a spring. It's attached to that rod, and it's hooked in down there. So now I'm going to put a little bit more grease in here. Just here's a cotter pin. So what this does, it's actually kind of clever. See the head of the bolt? Well, the cotter pin goes right through the center of it to keep it from backing out, like this. I thought that was pretty darn clever. Now we'll just kind of bend that end over. Just like that. Alright, so let's see if our emergency brake works. So